Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking this video. My name is Susan and this is Eze Atelier. In today's tutorial, I'll be creating this Hoodie Kaftan. It is a beautiful gown and it is very easy to make. Please follow along as I take you through the process. The fabric I have here is about 3.5 yards because of the length of the kaftan I want to make. With the hoodie, I use about 4 yards and a little. So the 3.5 yards I have here, I folded it into 4, as you can see. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do right now is to create a margin at the top. So I'm going to use my ruler, then I'm going to draw a line at the top before starting the measurement. The first thing now is to work on the neck area. So from this center fold, go in by 3 inches. That's the width of the neck, 3 inches. Then the back length. Now the length of the back neck is going to be 1 inch. Mark 1 inch like this. Then I'm going to use my freehand to connect in a curve. You can actually use your ruler. Alright, then the front neck length. The first thing I'll do is to take 3.5 inch like this. Alright, then I'm going to use my ruler to connect it on the width. Just connect it also like this. Then I'm going to draw a curve. Alright, then this center, there's going to be a center opening at the front. From the 3.5, I'll come down by between 4.5 and 5 inches. It depends on how low you want the opening. This is to ensure that you'll be able to insert your head. So I have it here. Then the width, now you can take between 1/2 and 3/4. It depends on how wide you want it. This is 3/4. Then later I decide to eventually take 1/2 an inch so it will not be too wide. All right, so I'm going to connect it in a slight curve now to join the 5 inches. Okay, I want to impute the shoulder measurement. The shoulder I'm working with is 15 inches. So 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. So from the center fold, I'm going to take 7.5 inches. This is 7.5, like so. Then on this 7.5, I may decide to just come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Just square a little line, then slant my ruler towards the sleeve of the kaftan. But I'm going to use a different method. What I'm going to do is, after this 7.5 now, I'm going to add the sleeve length, which is about 13 inches. I'm going to mark it, then add the hem. I'm going to fold it on the sleeve by 1.5. So adding it like this. Okay, to create the shoulder slope now, from here now, I'll mark 2 inches downward, 2 inches. All right, so that the measurement will be accurate. I'll measure what I have here at this upper line to the center fold. I have 22 inches, so I'll retake it now on the 2 inches that I marked down. I'm going to retake it here, 22 inches, put a mark. Then I'm going to use my ruler to connect it to the neck point. For the sleeve opening, because I'm not adding any extra seam allowance at this shoulder level, I'll just come down from here by 10 inches. That means it's inclusive of the joining allowance. So this is 10 inches. Then what I have here is about 22. I'll retake it on the 10 inches, 22 inches. Right, then I'm going to square a line. Now the measurement I have from the margin to this sleeve opening, I'm going to measure it. I have about 12 inches. Okay, this is 12 inches. Then I'm going to take it inward like this. I'll mark 12 inches. Then I'm going to use my ruler to connect a line inward like so. Right, then afterward, the hip measurement I'm working with is about 39. So I'm going to divide it by 2. Then I'm going to take it on this line. I'm sorry, I'm dividing by 4. I'll take it on this line. I'll mark it. Then I'm going to add the freeness of the kaftan. I'm going to use 2 inches. I'll add it. Then the seam allowance, I want to use 1. You can actually use 1.5. It depends on you, but I'm using 1 here. Alright, so I'm going to take the overall measurement now from this marking to the center fold. Total I have 12 3/4. So that 12 3/4, I'm going to take it straight down to the length of the kaftan. So I'm going to take the length of the kaftan. The length I'm working with is 61 inches. You know, my tape rule is not up to 61. I have a 60 inches tape rule. The first thing I'm doing now is to mark 40 inches. Then I'm going to shift the fabric up. Then from the 40, I'm going to take the 20 inches on my tape rule, making 60. Then I'm going to add the 1 inch, 61. Then I'm going to add 2 inches to the hem. That's half to stitch the shoulder, then 1.5 for the hem. So 2 inches, I'll mark it like this. All right, then I'm going to go towards this center fold. I'm going to retake the length measurement. All right, so having done this, I'm going to use my ruler now to square a line at the hem. Okay, so from here now, I'm going to continue the width measurement, which is 12 3/4. I'll take it here, then I'll continue to measure it towards the upper area. I'm going to connect it on the width using my longest ruler. Stopping at the sleeve area here. At this underarm, I'll just draw a curve like so that it will not be sharp. You can use your ruler if you want to, and with this we are done with the markings. So the next thing is to cut out. I'm going to start the cutting from this back neck area. I'll cut it on both the front and back. After cutting, I'm going to remove the inner one. It will serve as the back. The next thing now is to cut out the front neck area. I want to cut facing for this front neck. So I have a folded fabric here. I'm going to place the front like so. Right, then I'm going to trace out the neck area. I'm going to shape the facing. In this case, you can just be creative about it. So from this opening, I'll just come down by 2.5. You can add more if you want. Then I'll go in by 2 inches like so. Okay, then I'm going to connect it to the shoulder. Let me see what I have here first. I have about 2 inches here also, so I'll just connect it, then cut it out. I'll open the front, then place the facing on the neck area. Right side facing right side. Okay, then my stitch is going to be here at this neck area. Just here, I'll just stitch like this on 1/2 inch. I'm done stitching. Then I also understitch for neat finishing. You can actually iron interfacing on the facing before joining it to the neck area. Okay, so now this is it. After pushing the facing to the back like so, I'm going to stitch it down at the neck area to hold it in place. Right, then I'm going to turn it this way. I'm going to bring the back, place the back on it, then I'm going to stitch it at the shoulders on 1/2 inch. Just place it like so, then stitch on 1/2 inch on the two shoulders. Alright, so after stitching the shoulders, I'm going to open it. At this point, you can actually weave or overlock the shoulder for neat finishing. Okay, so at this hem now, this sleeve hem, I'll roll it inward by 1.5. Then at the edge, I'll roll under 1/2 inch. I'm going to stitch it at this edge, very close to the edge. Alright, so I'm done stitching the sleeve. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to place it together like so, then start from the underarm 1 inch. Then I'm going to stop where I want the slit opening to stop. You can decide how long you want your slit. Alright, so I'm done stitching the side, and here is the slit opening. So what I'm going to do now, on this slit, I'm going to roll it twice, half an inch twice. Then I'll stitch like this all the way to here. Alright, then to the hem, I'm going to fold on 1.5 inch first. This is my 1.5, fold it, then the edge, I'll roll it inward by half an inch. Then I'm going to stitch it close to the edge. I'll do the same to the other side. Alright, so here I have a stitch, the slit and the hem. Now I want to create the patch pocket. Let me show you from my phone. I don't know if you can see very well. The one I want to create is a little bit big, like a giant patch, right? But you can create whatever size you want. So here on my table, I have my fabric here. I have 13 in length and 13 in width, and I have two pieces of it. 13 in length, 13 in width. So I'll just take any edge of my choice. So here, let me use one to show you. So here I'm going to fold on 1.5. Then at the edge, 1.5. Then at the edge also, I'm going to roll in half an inch, like so. Then I'm going to stitch very close to the edge. I'll do the same to the other pocket. Then at the side, I'm going to roll it inward by half an inch. I'll iron it, the three edges, half an inch. I'll iron it inward, then I'll be back. Here is the patch pocket. The upper part is stitched, then the sides are ironed. Then I went ahead and folded just to get the midpoint of the patch pocket. I did the same to the other side. So what I'm going to do now is that on this kaftan now, I'm going to get the waistline. The waistline, I'll measure it from the neck area, the edge of the neck. I'm going to mark 17. 17 is the waistline, like this. Then from the waistline, I'm going to come down by 4. You can actually come up, we can come down by 3, depends on you, or come down lower than 4, but I'm using 4 here. Okay, you can be creative about your patch pocket. So I'm putting my mark. Then I'm going to take the pocket now. Then the center, into this center, I'm going to set it to the side seam like this. Then I'm going to pin it. Then I'll stitch like this at the edge. Okay, like this. Okay, then stitching, while stitching, I'm going to open it up so that the front will not join together with the back. Open it like this. I hope you understand. Then I'm going to stitch it very close at the edge on my machine, like this, like this. Alright, so I'm done stitching the pocket. Here it is, looking nice. This is the other one. Alright, so the next thing now is to measure the neck area for the hoodie. Total, I have about 15 inches here. That is what I'm going to use to draft the hoodie. Alright, so to draft the hoodie, I have my pattern paper here. So I want to create a margin. So I'm marking 1 inch, 1 inch, then 1 inch. Then I'm going to connect it together. At the top also, I'm going to create a margin. So I'll be taking 1 inch also here, 1 inch, 1 inch, then I'll also connect it together. I'm going to mark the length of the hoodie, which is 17 inches. That's the standard measurement for an adult. So 17 inches, I'm taking it on this line. All right, then I'll go inward so that my line will be straight. I'm going to take 17 also. Before I square the line together, I'm going to divide the neck measurement, which we measure 15. I'm going to divide it by 2. So I have 7.5. I'll mark it. Then I'm going to add seam allowance for joining, all right, which is 1 inch, half on each side. That's 1 inch. Total, I have 8.5. Then I'll connect it together. All right, so I'll come to this upper part. I'm going to take the measurement 8.5, put my mark there. So that my line will be straight, I'll come to the middle, mark the 8.5, then I'll connect it together. I'm going to take this place as the top of my hoodie. So I'm going to measure 3.5 inch inward, right? 3.5 inch mark it like so. Then on this line I'm going to come down by 3.5 inch also. Then on the 3.5 inch I'll come out more by 3.5 inch. I'm going to mark it like so. Alright, so now the same 3.5 that I mark up, I'm going to come to the bottom now. I'm going to mark 3.5 up, from down up 3.5 inch, put my mark there. Then I'm going to connect the dots together. You can actually use your free hand, but I want to use my ruler. So to get where the 3.5 inches, I'll just create a small line. Then I'm going to use the curvy part of my ruler to connect it from here to here, then down here. Just connect it. All right, then I'll use the curved part to round it so that there won't be any sharp edge. All right. Okay, we have our hoodie. Then coming to the center front, this front here, I want to shape it. I'll just come out by half an inch, like so. Then connect it with a small line out. I want to use a curvy ruler, but this ruler is not really working. Just connecting a curve to the front. So I'm going to use this ruler, connect it to the center front like so. All right, then we are done. Don't forget this includes the seam allowances, so we just need to cut out. I have it cut out on my fabric. I cut 4 pieces, okay, 2 as the main fabric and 2 as the lining. All right, so I'm going to face right side to right side like so. Then I'm going to stitch on half an inch from here straight down. Then I'll do the same to the other side. I have it stitched down and here it is. So I'm going to turn this one inside out. Then at this point you can actually iron the seam open, so that for neat finishing, iron it open. So I'm going to start this one. Right side is going to face right side. I'm going to match it together because I want to stitch it together. So at this hem area, I'm going to fold one of the pieces. It can be the lining, can be the main fabric. Just fold it inward by half an inch. Then I'm going to stitch the seam allowance like this. Then when I come to this hem area, the same one I folded half an inch inward, I'm going to fold it here also half an inch up like this. Then I'll stitch it down. Hope you get the explanation. I'm done stitching it. I'm going to turn it inside out. Then I'll attach it to the neck area of the kaftan. Make sure to iron at this point for neat finishing. All right, so I'm going to take the one that is not folded, the one that I did not fold. Okay, that's the one I'm going to attach to the neck area. Just place it from one edge of the neck like so. You can pin it down. Then I'll stitch to the other edge. Okay, so I'm done stitching this. Now the one that I folded half an inch inward the other time, I'm going to place it now on the seam. I'll continue to fold it on half an inch. Then I'm going to stitch it very close to the edge. This is to ensure that the hoodie is standing up. I hope you understand. Just continue to fold on half an inch, then stitch down, and we're done. And here it is. Isn't this lovely? Looking so beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to support me by subscribing. Give it a thumbs up. You can also hit the notification bell so as to get notified when I upload new videos. You can also drop your comments below. Thank you till I come your way again. Bye for now.